welcome along and welcome back to Attingham Park. Today we are going to be cracking on with doing some more seeding. We've got 2 fields to get weeded, so we're going to get the 7810 out on that straight away. Let's go with a course here for it. 12A. Yep, basically the same setup as before. Generate me a fieldwork course and it's in. So there we go. Let's drop out of here, and where we're going to start is over this corner over here. Yeah, there it is. So let's zoom out of here and get this to the first waypoint. I'm going to set it to first waypoint. It is going to do 3 headlands. I don't think it necessarily needs to, but it will work fairly well for it. And away that goes. And yeah, that is going to clear through those weeds. We're going to send it down to 12C after it finishes this field and get both of those out of the way. And that leads us over to here, which is field 6. So field 6 needs doing. This is the other field we're going to be doing today. We're going to get the roller out over here as soon as we can. And we're going to put the other tractor on that. In fact, I've got a better idea. Let's go and get the county and get the county to do the seeding. And then we can come behind in the 8340 and do the rolling. Because this county is perfectly designed for doing the seeding. It's part of the reason we have it on the farm, and really we should be putting it to good use. We can't put any care wheels on this, so it makes it a very difficult tractor to use for the weeding or anything like that. So, oh, no, don't want to do that. Get that folded back up and head out. Oh, I seem to have got some, yeah, there we go. Get the debug stuff off, and off we go up to the field. We've still got just over 3 days to go until Field 15's auction ends. We still only have £209. So, oh, wow. I think today we might have to borrow some money. We might be okay, I think. We might be in a position where where we make enough money per hour from our fishing area to actually do this and make and keep things running. So we'll see how things keep running there. First, I need to disconnect this. Completely forgot. I need to disable, or I need to disable manual attach for this. So done that, and now we should be able to detach this. Let's see. Switch over and detach. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's slightly annoying. I do want to get this fixed and get this changed. What it really needs, the trouble is, it's this section here. This doesn't unfold. This is controlled by mouse control. And I'd like it that it basically unfolds instead. That would be so much nicer. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not set up that way. And if you want to use manual attach, you basically, all the time that you're using this, you need to have manual attach. Well, you basically just need to leave it on the tractor and then undo or turn off manual attach when you want to disconnect it and reconnect it, and then re-enable it afterwards. So yeah, that's what I'm having to do, and we will probably leave it on the county now for a while. In fact, for the rest of this video, I think I'm going to leave manual attach off, and then we can come back to it later. Come on, into high, and oh, wow, I seem to have confused gears. There we go, that's better. And now we can use the roller behind with this, with that going there. So, oh. Yeah, and now I'm forgetting I don't have manual attach, which is a little bit annoying. Right, let's get this then onto here. We have only 72% fertilizer and 39% sorghum. I need to detach that trailer from here. And we have seeds on the front. Perfect. So we can get this loaded up with the seeds. And then probably grab a bag of fertilizer as well and top things up. That should see us through the rest of this field, I think. And then we've only got the one field left to do, I think. No, this might be my last field. This very much might be my last field. Oh, no, I have got one. We've got to go and do some destoning, which we're going to go and do with this later. For now, let's get things out the way. I'm shifting between stuff a lot at the moment, but let's get things out the way. We can then get this bag of seeds off the front of here, switch it for a bag of fertilizer, and then... oops, hold it. There we go. Drop that bag off. We'll grab the fertilizer off the back. Try not to make it move the whole trailer when we do so. So off with that one and that one. And maybe that one and that one as well. Right. Yeah, bags of fertilizer. 4 bags of fertilizer here. And a single bag of seed. I hope this is going to be enough for us to finish these fields. It should be. We've not got far to go with this now. And once we got the sorghum in, we're going to be in a fantastic position. Close that up. Bring up this. Clear the existing course onto this. 3 headlands will give us plenty of space. And yeah, liking everything else. Generate me a course. Exactly the course I expected. Will it get stuck on the hedgerows over this side? This is a fairly awful field for that. What I do need to check is our nitrogen level, which of course we did a cover crop on this field last year. So we don't need to put quite as much nitrogen on here. Looks like we can get away with about 100 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare. Yeah, this is actually a fairly good. I'm going to go slightly up because there are sections of this field that are lower. So yeah, if we get the olive green at the very least, or get the olive green most of the way across this field, that will work. Oh, our turning circle on this is, as always, awful. I think the county is definitely the tractor I will be looking to replace first. It was possibly going to be the tractor that got sold for field 15 as well. Right, away we go. We are doing sorghum, and we are doing well. That has got it. I'm actually thinking, rather than having the 8340 sit here, we really should go and deal with those stones. Now, we do have our money going up. We've got a little bit of money in from our fishing area. Is it enough for us to lease a destoner? Let's have a look. That requires too much, so 25,000. Can we lease that? No. So we are going to have to borrow some money to lease this. And so let's head down to the shop. We'll borrow a little bit of money. We'll get that leased. And then we'll go from there. It's only going to be doing one field. And we can probably clear that out fairly quickly today. But that will then improve that field. And in fact, if we get the cheapest one, we probably can have it sitting there for a while. No, in fact, we'll get the cheapest one. We'll return it today, because otherwise it's going to be sitting there for a year. So down to the shop. Yeah, we are going up and down with our money like crazy at the moment. And so, as I said, we need to go and borrow some cash. It's good that we can actually borrow a little bit of money at the moment. It does not bode well for us, though, getting the whole setup with Field 15. if we're still having to borrow money at the moment. Let's lease this. 1,275. Okay. But this does need doing, and this is going to be our best bet for that. It's a pity I can't go and get the stones off the other few fields that we had that have managed to sprout some. Field 12C has sprouted some as well, which isn't good. Where are you getting stuck? You're a little bit out to the side, so I want to watch that. Yeah, you're not folded out, are you? No, you're not. So we'll just get this down to the field and start getting these stones collected up. Down to the fields and back on the farm. And our weeder is still going there in 12A. We want this field up here, which is 2C, I think it is. Now, I thought I'd... oh, yeah, let's clear this track off. I thought I had defined a course for this, but I'm not sure. Yeah, no, we had. I have defined a course for this because we used it. So, yeah. 161,969. I am not fighting to get that field at the moment. I think we're in a place where that is going to be very, very difficult. I do have a plan if we find ourselves with the money we need to get it, which I don't think we're going to at this point. Basically, get 2 combine harvesters. Not trying to buy a big expensive one. We'll hire another small one, and with the same width, get a 12-meter header essentially going, and yeah, and do that field with 2 combines would be good. Our lorry, our truck should be able to handle it as well, and we'd be able to keep 2 combines going off on that. I think it's beyond us. I honestly think at this point, £161,000, the end of this year, with all of our fields harvested and all of our money from our crops in and everything, I think we might have been able to afford it. As we stand at the moment, nah, I think it's a pipe dream. It was a nice idea, but it's not one that's going to pay off. I'm glad I didn't get the county working on this. The turning circles at the end of the rows would have been too bad, too small for it to turn. However, we do have an issue with this, and I think I might have to go and get something to sort it. It's this. Because this is, again, one of those mods, one of those tractors where the hitch for the low attachment or the high attachment doesn't move. It's dragging this section along the ground, and we can't do anything about it. So I'm just going to pop out here. Don't think there's anything that we can do. Let's see. No, I can lift the stone picker. I can't do anything with a... I can open close HUD for course play, yeah. But yeah, this is not happy with this. Now there is a mod, and I think I might go and try and get it quickly. So let's turn all of this off. That's actually folded everything up. I don't want to do that. Let's see if we can get the bar across here and attach it to that, because I think that would be a better way to go. So I've popped out. I've grabbed this, which is a trailer, a lizard trailer attacher support mod. We're going to turn this on, disconnect that, and then just drive this forward a little bit so that we can get this out the way. We'll attach this to the tractor. And I think this might also be the solution to our manual attach issue for the seeder. If we can connect the seeder via one of these as well, I think that we'll be in a really good place. Yeah, look at that. We can lower and raise that now on that attacher joint. And perfect. That is exactly what we needed. And yeah, now our tractor isn't going to get stuck all the time because the bottom of this, or the bit we're pulling on this, is getting stuck in the ground. I do... Nope, that is picking. Good. We're doing well then. Let's get this field done. The only downside to using this county for this job is it is getting stuck along the hedgerow the whole way across this field because of its awful turning circle. So every so often I'm having to pop over here, get it running again, and get it sorted. But it is almost there, and soon it'll be into the open field where it'll have a lot less problem turning around. I think I've settled into a good rhythm with the destoner, though. I am taking... well, I picked a row on the field, and I'm just heading down that... actually, at quite some speed. This works at 13 miles an hour and is not letting up. We are picking up not a huge amount of stones, I will say. We are, yeah, only 10% full at this point. So I'm not expecting a full pickup off this whole field. That does mean that we have picked the right one. The cheapest one was definitely the way to go. And if I can keep this straight on here, then we're going to get everything picked up. And without too much fuss, I'm quite happy. It's working well, and I could possibly have done with doing one more headland. I haven't quite got as much space to turn around, I think, as I would like. But, yeah, otherwise, nothing to complain about. Oh, and look, the county's got blocked again. Yeah, it really doesn't like this hedge. I think we've probably got 2 more rows to go. Although it's beginning to flatten out a little bit, so it's not too bad. But yeah, it doesn't turn with enough circle, and as a result, it gets stuck on that hedge all the time. This is why we don't use this tractor quite so much. Having the choice between having to go and get the county away from the hedge every so often and trying to get it to work on this field, I am very pleased I went for the former and not the latter. It would have been, yeah, it really would not have been enough space to maneuver, and we'd have ended up with a really finicky setup here. Yes, I do have to pop over to field 6 every so often and sort it. Although, as I said, I think it's got to the point now where it's got past that issue. Yeah, we're about 1/3 of the way through this field at this point. We've only got 16% full on this as well, so that is looking all good. I think our weeder is about ready to switch fields as well, which is all good news. What I'd like to do today is have this field destoned and get our seeder back over here, because we want to be getting this field planted next day, and once we've done that, that will be our seeding on here completed for the year. It'll also be all of our fertilizing, because that will all be done, and we can turn our attention to maybe the odd contract or 2 in June, which would be perfect. If we could get a contract or 2 in June, we would possibly get a whole load of money in. That is presuming, of course, at that point, our winter wheat isn't ready to harvest, which is a distinct possibility. So, yeah, we'll see where we are in a month's time. But if we can spend June doing a couple of nice big silage contracts, earning ourselves some money, that would be pretty awesome. And yeah, as I've said before, we are only 3 days away from Field 15's auction ending. That is the last day of June. Partway through the last day of June, the auction for that field will end. And if we've done a couple of silage contracts, especially a couple of big silage contracts, we may find we can afford it. If not, we may find we can afford something else. Our 7810 has finished work. So let's start this up. Let's clear the course off of that. And now I want to go and send this down to 12C. Because 12C, of course, is our biggest field on the farm. And similarly, because we were seeding that last month, that also has a whole load of weeds in it. I want to clear that out and get that done. Yeah, here's what I was talking about. The winter wheat is getting very tall at this point. So, yeah, it's got some horrible weeds in it because of the weeding problems we had with it at that time and the fact we didn't have this hoe. But, yeah, it's looking very, very nice at the moment and very tall. So we should get a nice crop off that. This is the field, though, that needs to be weeded next. Let's get it generated. And, yeah. Oh, wow. It actually did it better than when the seeder did it. So I'm quite happy with that. And we didn't have this on the seeder at the time. So I don't quite understand why this gave me an absolute east-west. And last time we had to actually get it to do it slightly differently. Maybe it was the start point I chose. Anyway, the start point this time is over there. So we'll go around the edge of this field and get it into position. And then that can head around this field. And it's moving quite quick through these fields. So that is good news. We want that. And of course, the two fields we're doing this month are nowhere near as big as the two fields we did last month. So, yeah, we should be able to get this weeding done today and then the rolling done on 6 and 2C next game day. We're about halfway through this job now, and yeah, we've only got 27% full on the stones. So there's not a huge amount of stones on this field. It's just annoying that they're medium. That's the annoying thing about it. Is that they won't roll in. So I've got to run this over here just to get rid of them. But it's less than 1,000 liters of stones at the moment. So like before, like when we were having to do this in the past and clear the other fields off, we are in a position where there's no point in selling these. We might as well just put them on the pile. We do have a pile of stones. We'll just shove them on the pile and they can stay there. And just in the corner of the yard where we don't have much use for them. Eventually, we might be able to get a few together, but it's only going to be a couple of 1,000 liters, and I don't think it's really worth it. If we were doing a lot of ploughing or dragging a lot of stones up every year, I absolutely would think that this would be a job worth doing, and a job that would possibly make us money to have a stone picker kicking around all the time. It isn't really, though. We're direct seeding. We've got better things to spend our money on than leasing one of these all the time. And yeah, I think when we come to do 2A and 2B, we just need to make sure when we come to do 2A and 2B, we get them de-stoned before we go and plant them again. And also that we go and grab the stones that we got kicking around on 12C from our ill-fated attempts initially to divide field 12 and ended up having to plough up a bit of it. We've got some fairly big stones from that, so we need to go and sort those and sort that as well at that point. But yeah, we're flying along here. I have no doubt we're going to get this all done by the end of the day. We've got more rain on the way, but I don't think that's going to affect anything we're doing. And this is, yeah, we're now up to just a third full on this and into the last section of the field. Definitely been the best way to go, doing this way. It means I've not had to deal with any tight turns at either end or any issues like that. It's all just sort of worked as I'd hoped it would, and just sort of breezed through this. The mottling on this field is really weird, considering that we went through and did the cultivating, the power harrow through this. It is very, very odd the way some of the residue from the sugar beet is left, and it's not on the headlands, it's only in the middle of the field. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. I'm wondering if it's something to do with the state of the field, but did we mulch this? I think we did. Yeah, we did. We went to mulch this whole field, so it should be mulched as well. I don't know. I honestly don't know why it's such a strange setup, or actually why it's a straight line at this end, because that's not the headlands. As a result, that's something else. So it's a little bit weird, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the field too badly. Otherwise, there's still stones on here. We still got to clean them up, and so that is exactly what we're doing. And what do we think? 50% maybe full by the end of this? I think even that might be a stretch. 45, let's say. We've definitely had better coverage with fertilizer around here thanks to the cover crop we put in. This has made it all the way to this point before it's needed refilling, so that's really good news. The worst problem I've got is that my other tractor, my 7810, is saying it's in need of repairs. I'm going to try and get it moving again, and hopefully that's just a case of it conked out because it hit 50% and had an issue. Right, let's open that up. Oh, do we need to? Nope, we're all right. Yeah, let's get this here. And so I have had a thought about, putting that the same linkage we've got on the back of the 8340 on the back of here, and connecting this through this. My only worry is when this folds up, I'm wondering if it'll leave the linkage just sitting there, or whether it'll actually fold the linkage up with it, which is what I would want from it. I think we might have to give it a try and see if it works. And I'll have an experiment around with that for our last day of seeding. For now, let's send that off. And get that going, see if that can complete today. And in fact, it is seeding over the top of the last couple of bits of the cover crop that got missed. So yeah, in future we shouldn't need to come in with the power harrow if we want to put a cover crop in. Just put the cover crop in and then go from there. As I said, this, on the other hand, is telling me that it needs repairs. So let's see if we can get it going again, or whether it just conked out. We will set you off again. Okay, it just conked out. It's fine. Hopefully it won't happen again before it finishes this field. We're on our last couple of rows on the field, and my estimate of 45% seems to be about right. We've got this thin row here, and then we've got a row at the end. The rain is starting to fall as we tick over towards 6:30 as well. But that's all good because all of our tractors are coming to the end of their jobs. This one, we should be able to get most of this row here. Whoa, overshot. We should be able to get most of this row in this pass. We are getting a bit low on fuel with this tractor as well. But yeah, it's a fairly wide pass, this, but I think when we look at it afterwards, we'll see that it has picked up all of the stones in it, even though we're sort of running down the middle of it rather than running right up to the edges. If not, I'm gonna have to go back down. And this end bit is a little bit wider than I'd liked, but I think that's got everything. 46%. Wow, I was pretty spot on. Stones wise, though, field 2C is now completely clear of them. So 2B has a few left. Not too many. 2A actually is fairly clear. It's got a few large ones, but it's all right. 2B has lots of small stones in it, and looks like we missed those during the rolling. So it's not too bad. And these are the ones I was talking about on 12C. So that's got a few as well. You can see our 7810 going around the edge there. And you can see the county going around the edge there. So all in all, that's pretty good. They are ending. We need to go and drop these off. So we're going to go and fold this in. And drop this off down at the yard. Before we finish, and hopefully by that point all of our other equipment should also have finished then too, and I can start looking at what we're going to be doing for the 2nd day of May. In this corner here, I think, is where I stuck all of the stones last time. Yes, we've got a pile of stones in the corner here. So yeah, let's get these unloaded into here, then we can go and well, we'll then immediately get this returned because we're not going to be using this again this year. And we might not use it next year. The stones actually in the other fields are not that bad. And the stones in this field, actually, there was only about 1,000 litres of them. And that included small stones as well. So, yeah, not that bad at all. Let's detach the rear one like that. We'll leave that there for now. In fact, I'm gonna return it because we don't need that. So select and return. Yes, perfect. Right, we need to go and get this parked up with some fuel, I think, and then looks like I'm gonna have a little bit of cleaning up to do. Right, that there, and refill that. Yes. Oh no, not that, not that. I want to refill the New Holland. There we go. That is refilling with some more fuel. Our other bits are going to be finished in a minute. We've got one of them blocked, but I'll go and sort that. For now, though, I'm going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below. Follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.